number one terrorist in the Middle East is the state of Israel. It is state terrorism, what they're doing to the Palestinians. This is not war. It's one thing if those Palestinians were sitting there with air defense missiles and shooting them at inbound Israeli aircraft. If the entire population was armed and they rose up and were fighting back, okay, you can see at least they had a chance to fight back. But that's not the case. The overwhelming majority are not carrying firearms. They're not carrying any weapon that can create any threat to the Israelis, yet the Israelis are killing them.
The Guardian of London is reporting that the head of Mossad threatened the former prosecutor of the ICC, not the gentleman that is bringing the charges against Prime Minister Netanyahu, Defense Minister Gallant, but a predecessor team, a female prosecutor who was there for 9 years, basically saying, you should help us and let us take care of you. You don't want to be getting into things that could compromise your security and that of your family. And then Mossad played some tapes for her of conversations it had captured of her husband. Does that surprise you?
No. I mean, the Zionists in this case have just a very thuggish, mafia-like nature, and they're going to use threats, violence, without regard to whether it's right or wrong or moral. So yeah, no, it doesn't surprise me at all.
Do you expect that the ICC, now that these threats are public, is more likely than not to indict Netanyahu, Gallant, and the others, don't you think? I mean, they can't be perceived as backing down to threats, can they? Then they're not a court.
Yeah, so they're going to, the prosecutor asked the judges to issue the arrest warrants. So far, they haven't. Even if they issue them, I don't think much is going to happen on that front. I think the real action's more with the fallout from the ICJ demand that Israel cease operations in Rafah and open up the border crossings. Because as we saw yesterday, the Israelis basically said, screw you. And they went in and they bombed a tent city. And, the Israelis bombed a bunch of women, children, and men that had been told to go there to seek refuge. So as a result of that, several years, the EC is now opening discussions about imposing sanctions on Israel.
So and not only did Israel fail to comply with the ICJ's order, and the ICJ is a court to which Israel theoretically is subject. It's a UN court.